Hi and welcome to the best thing you've watched. You got Chris from Movies and Munchies, myself Ruben from the Ruby Tuesday. We are back with another best thing we watched this week. We're going to be doing news and entertainment in our audio section. And news and entertainment. What entertainment are we doing in our audio section that people can see, Chris?
Song and dance, maybe.
But they won't be able to see it. They'll be able to hear it, maybe.
Well, this is true. Yeah. So mostly song, not so much dance. Or maybe we should just do dance.
They'll be able to hear the jiggle.
Oh, that's so attractive. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Welcome to the crazy world of the best thing we watched. We've got I'm gonna turn off whatever that noise is.
Ruben's got something growing in his studio there. It's just like so yeah, you know, it's good audio, but hey, there we go.
Yeah.
And he's back. Oh, almost. He lost something. I don't know. He lost himself or lost his headphones, and there we go. Oh, he dropped a card, so we're good to go. Oh, no, I'm just entertaining myself and you and everybody else.
Right.
Well, probably
I was
not
like,
everybody
what is
else,
happening? Okay. Oh, my gosh. Okay. What was I saying?
I don't know.
You were
We're
listening.
welcoming everybody.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome. Feel welcome to the chaos that is the best thing you watched this week. We got a lot of poo. For me, this week was poo. But I do have some good things to talk about. I watched a lot, so I'm pretty zonked, to be honest. There's a lot of series, like lots of episodes. But there was some genuinely good stuff that I'm just like excited to talk about, which is great. Why don't you kick us off, because I know you struggled a bit this week.
Well, yeah, I did. And you know what? I mean, just to tease something, too, we both watched a horror movie for the very first time.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
So,
that was great
yeah,
to kind of do something for new. Last week we had movie quizzes, but there was a bit of a mishap.
Yeah.
Well, I say mishap, but okay, so someone did win the competition. And I say competition. We do weekly movie quizzes. You have to answer 3 questions. You get the 3 right. We shout out your name. And we said last week there was nobody. On my channel, however, there was somebody, Rob Vespa, who had painstakingly answered, but like in cryptic paragraphs for the 3 different answers. So 3 different paragraph answers that I had to somehow work out. To him, it was obvious. To me, it was like reading hieroglyphics. So well done, Rob. Next time, just give us the answers, mate, and then we'll give you a shout out, because honestly, my brain was like, what?
Oh, very creative way to give an answer. Love it.
Absolutely, yeah. Anyway, so to this week's
answers, yes. Okay, so Nostromo was the closest. He got 2 out of the 3, and that was the only one who really got any of them on mine. So there was Rush Hour, which I've never seen, so I didn't even know that. Yeah, I know, right? I know.
What do you mean you haven't seen Rush Hour?
I haven't seen it. I just
What?
haven't seen it.
It's Jackie
Or 2
Chan.
or 3 or 4 or 6 or 12 or however
There's
many
only
of them there
3,
are.
thank goodness. But
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I've never seen it. Never seen any of them. So I'll have to remedy that. I understand. The second movie, I have seen a lot, but I still didn't get it, and that was Pitch Perfect. So
I was sure you were going to get that one.
No.
Okay.
And then had you said, "What up, nerds?" then I would have gotten it. But, you know, Turd Burgers, it didn't resonate. Anyway, that's okay. Stumped me there. The last one I did get, and that was Snatch, about the Jacobs. So that's
a great quote. I love it.
It really is. Oh, gosh, yeah. So, yes, congratulations to Nostromo. But, Ruben, stump us again. Come on,
All right.
Bring out.
This week, here are the first few words, and then I will give you the full quote if needs be. Okay. Army of bloodthirsty Vikings. I've got a feeling you like this movie.
I probably do.
Okay. Well, the problem is you can't fight off an army of bloodthirsty Vikings with a Shanai. It's illogical. I don't know. Okay, Shenai. A Shanai? Shanai?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll read it again. Well, the problem is you can't fight off an army of bloodthirsty Vikings with a Shanai. It's illogical. So that would have stumped me, because I didn't I love the film. I think it's a great film. The clue would be it was 2001. And it's
I don't know what I watched last week.
And it's a rom-com. There you go. 2001 rom-com.
Oh, wow. I would not thought rom-com.
No.
So, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Second one. Cinder fucking Rella. It could be Fuking. Cinder fucking Rella. But if the memory server think they've missed the G and have the apostrophe Rella.
Oh,
so Cinder fucking Rella. Like fucking Rella. Cinder fucking Rella. Okay, here's the full quote. You want like a name? Oh God, the pressure of a name. I got it. Cinder fucking Rella.
See, I should know that one. It sounds familiar too.
That is 1990.
Oh wow.
Also
even older.
A rom-com.
Okay. What? All right.
Quite a bit of drama in that one as well. As the okay. So the third one is not from. It's one that I found this week as I was doing a clip for and editing one of my reviews, and I thought, you know what, that's a great line. So the teaser words are "never compromise." Okay. Full quote. Never compromise, not even in the face of Armageddon.
No, that's a good one too. You have absolutely stumped me. I mean, the two rom-com ones, that actually throws me off because it doesn't sound like they would come from rom-coms.
Yeah, exactly. I quite like them for that reason.
Yeah, nice.
Cool. So let us know, and we'll shout out the first person and maybe the best answers. Please don't give us paragraphs, because. But Chris, do you have
short answers to the time?
Yeah, exactly. Because do you have a question for us today?
I do. Okay, so Ruben, if you were a fashion icon and whatever you wore would become a fashion trend, what fashion trends would you want to start?
If I was a fashion icon. So basically, whatever I wear, people would have to wear.
They would it would catch on and people would be like, oh my gosh, I have to wear that. Yeah.
Amazing.
I hope your mind goes where mine went.
I don't know. Probably not. I was just thinking of all the things I'd like to twist on its head that people consider, like men wear blue and women wear pink, and then there's men wearing pink and men wearing dresses like kilts for the Scottish.
There you
just
go.
have that completely. Wear pants on the outside. Everybody wears superhero costumes all the time. That's just normal. Yeah. Yeah, there's so much fun if you could just make it normal for people to really express their identities. And what that would look like, I think it would be awesome. Because I think a lot of people have a lot of creativity, but they're just scared of how to show it. Some people are not, and you see them on. I mean, the tubes like in London are the best way just to see people's different, because it's so multicultural. You get to experience people's different clothing, what they wear, how they wear it, or what they don't wear on some
That's like San Francisco.
Some instances. Absolutely. I think I'd bring back Crocs, because I was always teased for having a pair of Crocs, and then I would wear socks with Crocs to double down on the really farmer brown sort of. I want to be comfortable and be okay with how I look in that. Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
What would you do?
Well, mine, it's kind of similar to yours. I mean, I was just thinking, I didn't have anything specific in mind other than what could I do that would be ridiculous, that would just, I mean, think of like, what is it, the Capitol in the Hunger Games? You know, how they just have some of that wild makeup and just the weird hair. I mean, it's like the 80s and the 90s, like...
They had a baby on LSD, and that's that's what came out. Yeah,
that's exactly it. Yeah, but I do like the idea of. I think, I mean, for me personally, like, you can wear whatever color you want, and colors go together no matter what. I mean, colors, they work. So if you like orange and I don't know, chartreuse, go for it. If you like hot pink and and I don't know, dark green, go for that. Whatever. You can rock it if you want to rock it. And also, let me just get out of a little tangent here. Stripes, solids, polka dots, waves, plaids, whatever. You can wear any pattern with any pattern because any shape is a line. A circle is just a curved line. And so if they intersect, you have crisscross patterns, you could have shape, it doesn't matter. So if you like polka dot socks and a striped shirt and then just plaid shorts, rock it. Do it. Because if you feel that it looks great, then that's fine. Who cares what anybody else thinks? Just enjoy it.
I'm with you. I think you should express yourself however you want.
Life is way too short.
People hate everything anyway, so you might as well.
Yeah. Exactly.
Should we jump in?
Let's dive in. Yeah. What do you got?
Oh, I'm going to start off with something light. On Blu-ray, this comes out on the 17th, at least here in the UK. I don't know if it's out there ready for you. But this is what I missed at the cinema. But it has an eclectic voice cast. So if I say Dwayne Johnson, because we know that he's coming out in Black Adam pretty soon. And Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart. It's the team up again. It is Super Pets.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right
so
on.
It's one I missed. Can I just say, this is so much better than I thought it was going to be.
Is it really?
I was so impressed. This is a lot of fun. What they do with the animation, I mean, it looks great. It has a really heartfelt story about finding yourself and finding friends. All of that is really good for the young kids. But then they have fun with the world they're in, just as in animation and cartoon and the hero worlds. There's often nods or lines or dialogue mentions to other Marvel characters, like and it's DC. So you'll have Superman saying, maybe I need an Iron Man suit. And you'll be like, nah. And then he carries on. And it's just poking fun, but also having fun at the world of like superheroes. There's lots of adult jokes that are in it, but it always keeps to the heart of the story, which is our super dog, Crypto, loses his powers at the beginning. Superman and the Justice League get knocked out by a pig. What are they called? A pygmy? No, not a gerbil, but a... gosh.
Oh, guinea pig?
Guinea pig, yeah, an evil guinea pig
I love
who
it.
was in the lab of Lex Luthor and is just besotted with Lex Luthor, of course. And there's a new type of kryptonite that gives something to pets. And that's where the story comes in. So it's all about the pets and where these castaway pets end up with the Justice League or eventually. But as you can see, we have here this pig has a power that can grow big and small. This dude squirrel shoots lightning. This turtle is super fast but can't really see anything, so bashes into everything. And the dog is strong.
Nice.
It's so much fun. Like if you need something to lighten your mood with the family that's absolutely clean, but definitely has the balance of both of what something like the adults will get out of it, hearing the adult joke and it flying straight over the kids, and then the kids just getting emotionally involved because there is real peril, and then the animation, you can't go wrong with getting that. And then you have the special features, like there's over an hour special features, the making of, voice casting, little out bloopers, and it's also like Easter eggs, like can you find the Easter egg in this? Really fun. Well worth it. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see it either, so that's I'll have to check it out. Right on.
Nice.
Cool.
What's on your list?
The first one it's a short detective series on Netflix called Belascoaran, and it takes place. It was. I hadn't seen any trailers for it or anything, but I just saw that it was a private detective type of story, and I thought, okay, well that could be fun. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. And it's 3 episodes, 3 hour long each, so it's very short for a series. Yeah,
amazing.
Totally. Yeah, it takes place.
Was
in
that
late
very attractive to you? You're like, only 3?
I didn't even know that. I thought,
okay.
well, gosh, did I not get all the screeners? What's going on here? I mean, that's weird for a series or a season, to only have 3. But it takes place in late 70s Mexico City, and it's this guy who's just unhappy with his life that he has. He's an engineer. He's in a loveless marriage, and then we learn this within the first 3 minutes of the show because it sets up then how he's moving forward. And he just decides, you know what, I'm gonna do something else. And so he's inquisitive. And so he decides that he wants to take this course on becoming a private detective. And so he does. And he just, because he's inquisitive, because he's observant, and he cares, it allows him to pick up on things that people don't necessarily do. And we see police corruption in this. And it's very neo-noirish. Because you have him, not only just as the detective story and he's narrating this and everything, but we have a femme fatale episode in there. There's the mystery is good. It's decent and it's engaging, but it's not something that is like you're racking your brain. It's more of you're enjoying the mystery as it goes along because it's helping to carry the story, but you're also just watching this character journey of him as he hones his skills, develops relationships, and then gets better. The thing I loved about this is that this dude from the very get-go is not jaded. That he is a very positive character, which goes against the whole neo-noirish or even noir type of stereotype for a character like this. He doesn't have that dour outlook on life where he's just like, screw it all, everything's pointless.
You normally do get that in this. That's a classic character, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. He's just down on it. And this, he's serious, and he...
Can you hear that?
I could hear that. Yeah.
That's an ice cream van that's pulled upside out. That's how loud they are.
Wow. Well, in California, it's been in the low 90s this past week, which is stupid. And so the ice cream truck, I saw that going by, so that's funny. Anyway, but the series, it moves by quickly. It has an overarching story, so that as you watch episode to episode, it's building on itself. There's increasing action that goes in there, and violence too, which I was surprised. Even though there are like murders in this, the level of violence that's shown gets more extreme, I guess. Not gory and gross, but you see blood and stuff as it goes along. So it progressively gets more intense. You definitely feel peril for the characters. They put the characters in situations where they may not escape all the time, and so it's definitely worth checking out because it is lighthearted but serious. It balances the two really well, and and I found the character of Belascoaran to be just, I was captivated by him because he's so charismatic and he's so innocent and not jaded. But not necessarily naive. He's not stupid. He's not, he's world weary, but he has street smarts for the most part. But yeah, it's a good one to check out.
Sounds interesting, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's short. Like, if it's something that I need to add on for me personally on the list, like, short draws me in. I watched a series this week called The Watchers, and it was 7 longest 45-minute episodes that I always say to myself, I wouldn't go out and say I hate this, but I hate this. There were 2 things this week from Netflix that I was like, yeah, I hate this. Talking about something, I don't hate it, but I think it's a terrible film, but I also think it's a good film, which is why it's on the best thing I watched this week. I haven't had time. I haven't had time to review it yet. I don't know if I will, but let's just call this my review. And also, I think I really hate it. It's really got my mind going, what? Okay, so this is Halloween Ends.
Oh my gosh.
Have you had a chance to watch this yet?
Yes.
Okay, this is great. We could talk about this because, so on one hand, I think if this film was an individual film and not part of the franchise, I think it would be a really interesting character study of us just being dropped in, like, of stuff that's happened before. This town has experienced a serial killer, and so people are just scared of it. And so it spends most of the film of, like, just following this kid that basically is just berated and hated because of a mistake that happened, wasn't his. I was thinking, well, I hope Michael Myers does take out that kid because that kid's so annoying. You're literally the worst kid. Obviously, no spoilers. That didn't happen, so I'm not saying that. But as part of the franchise, my word, what we were given in the first Halloween film was our main protagonist, female, being built up as this badass, like Sigourney Weaver in Aliens, and everybody was so excited at the direction. I mean, seriously, it is not hard to do justice for this series, and I'm like, give me $100,000, I guarantee you I'll make a better movie than this, or I'll make a better movie than what fans actually want. Because all we want is Michael Myers killing a bunch of people in a town in a new and different, like, clever ways. That's all we want. Yeah. And then having our heroine survive by surviving, but also being badass. So had the film, this third part, being about Myers chasing her through the town in various creative ways, and on the way he kills people. Yep. That is all I wanted from this movie. That is what they sold me in the first part. And then the second part, they gave us nobody dies. The slogan still just, it irritates me in my soul. And then the third one, it started out like, oh, cool. Okay, they've gone a little bit cool, a little bit psychological. And then they're going to introduce, they're going to introduce Myers, right? An hour in, they're going to introduce Myers, right? And then in a tunnel somewhere, they're going to introduce Myers, right? And then when they do, I could hear the fans screaming, going, "This!" I know people have said this is going to be so divisive. I think anybody that actually loves this series, this franchise at all, will be so bewildered by the choices they made for Myers particularly, that my brain just is mush thinking about it. Like, how did you get from that point to that point and greenlight that and go, yeah, that's the story we want to tell? Are you serious? Sorry, I could go on. Tell me your thoughts, because it's obviously both. It's I like it as an individual story that's not part of the franchise. It could work like that, but
I thought some of the concepts were wonderful. Like what you're talking about, where there are mentions of the effect that Michael Myers has had on this town, and how it has, I mean, the not evil so much, but just the sadness, that oppression that has seeped in through generations of people. You know, where there's a little bit of a narration going on, and we see bad things happening to people, and because of just they've lived in this, and it's like the curse of him or something like that. However you want to approach that, the idea that this town has been saddled with this plague of him for so long, and what that does to people's psyches, I really like that. Then you combine that with the story of a guy, the main character, or one of our main characters in this, Corey, who is dealing with the ramifications of an accident. Yeah. And, and how everybody sees him in this, and, some of the madness that comes from that. So I like that. I appreciate the fact that they try to explain how Michael Myers has survived all this time. That they give an explanation for this.
What was the explanation?
Are we doing spoilers? Are we doing spoilers?
Yeah, everybody that's wanted to see it has probably seen it. This is spoilers, guys. Okay.
Spoiler warning here. By killing, Michael Myers is regenerated. We see that.
Okay.
So
when the body in the tunnel, and he was shaking. I just thought he was enjoying it. Okay, so that was him.
He was enjoying it, but you see him get stronger. He stands up straighter. I mean, he doesn't grow back things or anything like that. But that's also when Corey kills the doctor, and he unwraps his hand. His hand is healed.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. Yeah.
So I don't like the fact that it almost, like when Michael Myers is holding him, it like transfers that evilness to him.
What was that? That was nonsense. Seriously.
When it did that, I was like, oh, are you freaking kidding me? This is where we're going with this? Like, and I thought when he took the mask from Michael, that was Michael was done and it was just him, you know? Now,
I could have gone with that almost.
I could have gone with that too. And I could have, especially because when we see Michael in different situations, I would have loved for that to have been like some psychosis of Corey brought on, that it's really him now. He's put himself in this and he sees himself in this, you know, going through. I don't really know how that works, if that would actually work, but in my mind's eye,
see where I thought it was going to go, and I thought it was going to be really clever, is that they built up this character in Corey, made us kind of like him for the relationship with the daughter. Yeah. And then he gets in this tunnel and we just see Michael brutally kill him. And Michael puts on the mask and out he goes. And it's like killing time. And I was like, had they done that, I was like, that was great, because nobody would have seen that, probably wouldn't have seen that coming. But it's actually would have been accurate. He's been alive this whole time, killing people, pulling people into the tunnel.
Yes. Great. Did you notice who the homeless guy was outside the tunnel?
No, I knew I should have known him, but who was that?
Well, it's Nick Castle. The original Shape, because he's like, get the mask. I'm Michael Myers.
I'm Michael Myers. Yeah, that makes sense. That great.
It was so good. Yeah, that was like, I really appreciate it. I was like, okay, good job there. But yeah, no, see, I think had Michael Myers killed Corey and then gone on, dude, talk about, I mean, you kill your darlings, right? Yeah. This guy that we feel sorry for versus him just becoming another trope.
100 should have. And then we could have had the two women fighting him. It could have been a great badass through the town, like I said, him taking people out in vicious ways, because we didn't actually even get that many kills in this. There were a few, and some of them were vicious.
They were brutal. Yeah.
But it didn't feel like, oh, this is, because we spent an hour and a half almost building up to the kill, or an hour, and then it was just done. And I was like,
okay, you've seen Hot Rod, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So towards the end, where they're doing the whole progression of this movie, of Halloween Ends, where they're doing the whole progression and you have people walking and the cars and everything, all I heard was from Hot Rod, where they're walking down the street and they're singing the song, and then the riot breaks.
Oh, no.
That's all I saw, because you just have these serious people walking down the street and you're like, where are all these townspeople coming from? It's just, you know, I mean, I understand that they all want to go see that evil dies tonight and everything, but it's like, oh my gosh. I can't.
I'm sad for fans. I am.
Yeah, you know, I think I like portions of Halloween Kills better than I liked.
Yeah, agreed. I think the setups in the hallways and the houses, there was oh yeah, so another thing, there was nothing that made me scared in this film. There wasn't a single moment. Even in the tunnels, I was like, even when he was grabbing by the throat, there was nothing that was like, nothing. It didn't carry any of that presence at all.
Yeah, it was such a bummer too. It was yeah, what a disappointment.
Yeah. Okay. Something good. Can I talk about something good? Bring us back. I'm almost nervous. I'm almost nervous to talk about this because of how much the hate of this particular series has been.
Oh no.
Yeah. But I watched this morning, I put it on projector. I watched the final episode of Lord of the Rings of Power for the season. And seriously, my brain was just, I was like, oh, really? How did I not see that coming? Because I think I've been avoiding some of the like trailers they've been doing week by week. So if there were any spoilers in there, I don't know. Did you watch it yet?
I still haven't seen past episode 2. So I know. I have avoided every trailer though. Like
Great.
Yeah, but I'm glad.
I'm so excited for you to see it. Yeah, I'm not going to do spoilers. It was just wonderful. Like the score, is immaculate. It's brilliant. Do have it on headphones if you've got 3D audio, because what they've done with the score is immaculate. The set pieces, the costume, I really like. There's a moment at the end where certain characters meet up with each other again, and it just felt right. At the end of this first kind of season, it reminded me of an unexpected tale. It has that feeling. So like the first part of Lord of the Rings, and then I imagine season 2 is going to be about the dwarves, which is hopefully like Two Towers. So it feels like we're watching the extended edition of this first part. It felt like in bite-sized pieces, but really the episode 8 is very cleverly taking everything they've been setting up and then dropping it on us here. And I thought it was fantastic. I loved it. I was like, and the reveals, like, I guessed something that I've been guessing from the beginning, and then I was wrong, and then I was right, and then I was wrong again. I'm like, what is happening? It's so good. Love it. I'm definitely on the bandwagon of everybody is just happy with having more in the universe rather than upset that it's not exactly right like the books.
Okay.
I think that's a better way to look at it.
Yeah. Well, and I loved the first 2 episodes. I know everybody hated it, and there's so much hate. You're right. It's you're almost nervous to say anything positive because just the wave of, but yeah, I'm glad to see that it's paid off. I know my son who's been watching it. I mean, he's like, can't wait, you know? So good. Right on. Well, I do have to carve out the time, but I guess the good part is I get to watch it all in its entirety now, and just
I'm very jealous of that. I want to watch it again. Like I could probably put it on now and watch it all again back to back, and it'd be quite nice to watch it as a extended movie. Really, you know, like the trilogy. Really, I think it could go along with the watches of the Lord of the Rings extended editions, all of those. Make it a nice 2-day immersive event. Yeah,
outstanding.
Cool.
Nice.
So what's on your list?
Well, it's something that you watched also, and I don't know how you felt about it. The first 3 episodes of this Apple TV Plus original series called Shantaram dropped this week. And it stars Charlie Hunnam, and it's based on a novel. I didn't read the novel, but it takes place in the 1980s, at least where we're at right now, Bombay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. And he's a convict who escapes.
Yeah.
We learn this very early off. So he's on the run. He's a fugitive, and he's now in a brand new place. And there once he arrives in Bombay, a local guide kind of befriends him. At least
love him.
It's
great,
right? It's almost like a one-sided friendship, but it develops from there.
It does.
You know, and it's a crime drama, sort of, but it's deep. It is slow. I mean, it's patient. It's taking its time to unfold this world for us, and it feels very immersive. Where we watch Charlie Hunnam's character of Lynn just experience this world that we see him begin to learn the language, customs. He even asks about the head wobble.
Love that bit.
They do.
It's such a great, because most people know as the head bobble as the. Sorry, I'm starting your thunder. Most people know the head bobble as answering for yes to agreement, but even though it's kind of saying no, but.
Well, you're right. It's a great bit because it provides so much explanation, which is insight into this culture. Which I really like, and it comes across in a natural way. It didn't come across as like them trying to explain something to us as the audience.
No, you need to learn this because this is the Indian culture, and therefore you must know it. Yeah, wasn't that at all? Yeah,
no. I love that we get to see a change, even though we haven't. We get little glimpses of how Charlie Hunnam's character was previous. And what led him to prison, we see a different person now, you know, and even though he has a hard edge to him, and there's still some of that former person within there, he's also struggling to be different, and he wants to, and
he wants to not, like, he's this character that feels like he needs to run away and escape everything, but in order for him to stay in any one place, he's putting himself in danger. But he can help. And that was great. The conflict in that character was great. I mean, I like Charlie Hunnam. I've liked him since Sons of Anarchy and Arthur. I'm a big fan of the Arthur movie, even though I know a lot of people didn't like it. The Gore Blimey Guy Ritchie one. I think he's got good acting presence. I think it helps that he has that. But then you also have actors like I mentioned to you, Sadid, who I guess he's playing a bad guy, but he's a bad guy with honor, which I really like. I thought that was a really nice way to go with it. I'm going to do these bad things, but if you don't bring honor into that, then I'll kill you. It's like, you best, do this the right. When you walk into a room, there are certain protocols you got to adhere to. Otherwise, I'm not standing for that. It's great. You want to be his friend, but you're scared of him.
He's quietly menacing. Like he has a presence to him where you're like, "Ugh." And you see that even with Charlie Hunnam. I mean, it's like, get in the car. I know who you are. Why do you want me to get in the car?
Why would I do that? And then
exactly.
But then the next line is, "I promise you won't be harmed tonight," and you immediately go, "Okay, I'm gonna be fine." I'm scared, but he's given me his word, and his word means something.
But what stood out to me in that line was tonight. Did you? I mean, because when he said it, I was like,
just tonight.
Does that make me feel better or worse? I'm not exactly
It's just basically
sure.
what you say to me tonight. Well, like it means whether you might not live in the future, just depending.
Yeah. So this is, I mean, they're hour-long episodes, so it is a time investment. It's 12 total episodes. It goes through the middle of December.
Yeah, it's going to be around for a while.
It is. It's a weekly event. I'm glad they dropped 3 episodes at once because I'm not sure the one episode by itself, or even really the first 2. The end of the second one was good. I mean, it was like it had. I was really hooked at that point because we see character decisions that have to be made. And I'm glad, though, that we get to see beyond that because that leads us now further into the story.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know about you, but I'm not sure I would watch week to week. I'd probably skip a week so I could watch 2 episodes together and then
I'm probably going to do them in 3-episode chunks because there's 12. Yeah, because that's the sort of bite size. It's enough of the story to be involved with the characters, rather, like you say. Even though our episodes is long, but it does feel like week to week you forget what happens in between some of that stuff, especially as carry on.
Oh, it's so a slower developing story.
Exactly
That's
what I was going to say. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Jinx. Double jinx. I'm a 2-year-old.
Yes.
So we had a bit of anime drop this week.
Oh, yeah.
Which was all right. There was a Netflix anime called Exception, which it was okay. I liked it more than most. But at the beginning of the week, we had an episode of an anime called Bleach that has basically, we haven't had any new episodes since 2004.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so the fans are like, the comments I see from people who how happy at what they've done with it as well. Bring it back. There's a bunch of mangas that they never adapted the storyline where they left it, and we always wanted more. So if you're a fan of Bleach, you're a lifelong fan of Bleach. Like there were 333 episodes or something, and then you know it back to front. I think I've seen it 2 or 3 times through. I'm on my way through another version. Every now and again, it's just like my happy place. I'll stick on a couple of episodes. This brings back the original voice actors, those that are around still. It brings back the original music and score themes that they have, and then it's taking how the characters look. But we've come a long way in our animation since then. And you can so everything that needs to be done better is done better. There's character special moves. There's one particular when a character gets a certain power. I don't know how to describe it. It's basically the next level up, like Dragon Ball Z. I've reached 9,000, but they have this weapon called a Bankai, and once you release it, and they go Bankai. Everybody was waiting to see what that looked like on screen, how they would showcase it, and it was beautifully done. And the sort of thing that if you're a huge fan, you'll get shivers on the back of your neck, and you'll be like, oh, "That's so awesome!" That was great. Like, it was only one episode. The crazy thing is, Hulu have bought it. They don't normally do like original anime, but it's on there. In the UK, it's on Disney. So like, I'm now watching anime on Disney, which is bonkers to me. But we also had another crazy anime drop, the first episode this week, and I guarantee you, if you can't handle gore or weirdness, don't watch this. But if you love weirdness and strangeness, and you want something that is out there, I guarantee you're going to be smiling the whole way through this. Again, it's just the first episode that dropped. It's called Chainsaw Man, which is adapted from a manga. The Chainsaw Man is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Tatsuko Fujimoto, and the first part was serialized by Shizoshu Shonen Mangas. So we finally have the first episode. People have been talking about this one. I swear this was going to be a Netflix original. Somewhere along the line, it swapped hands and is now, I think, on Crunchyroll is where I saw it.
Oh, okay.
So you'll find it wherever it is. I don't want to spoil it, but seriously, fun. Chainsaw Man. If you've ever seen an image of Chainsaw Man, you'll know what I'm talking. Yes, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
For the audio, the chainsaw out the head. Yeah.
Yes, I saw a still of that, and I was like, that is unique and wow. Okay. Nice.
Yes.
So 2 questions or 1 question. How long are each of the episodes for Bleach and Chainsaw Man?
Yeah, standard anime, 25 minutes apiece.
Okay.
So about 22 minutes of actual anime once you get around the intros and the outros.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. But a weekly release?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Nice. I don't have anything else on my list except for the horror movie that we watched. I don't know if you have anything else.
Yes, I think I do.
Okay.
I'm just pulling up my... Yes, one that you should be very jealous of.
Oh, shut up.
And it's coming out so late for you as well. Because we get it super early.
Who knows when it's going to come for us? It could be 6 months. It could be a year. And because of where it's at, like the channel that it's on, I can't even VPN to watch it.
Oh no. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I was going to say, get your VPNs out. Yeah, obviously Gangs of London season 2 episode 1 comes out this week Friday. I have seen the first episode, and all I can say is it's back, baby.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
There literally was a moment, if you know Gareth Evans and his gory, amazing close combat fighting style.
Yeah.
But there's a moment where someone is dying horribly, and I'm like, no. And I've seen a lot of gore this week, especially in anime and stuff. But that I was like, dang. There's a lot of politics that goes on in this episode. It's the gangs been organizing themselves. It's been a year since then, so gang politics. And it's all about the people that were in control. So we got a little bit of hinting at what happened at the end of season 1. Some of the main characters were taken off, and we don't know what's happening with those families. This is positioning itself to show us what's happened to those families, who's in charge now, and the people that like the round table from John Wick. It's basically those guys, the insurers, is that what they call them? What do they call them? The investors. Okay, so the investors that are in charge. And our main guy is basically being blackmailed because of his father. He was that undercover cop. He's the guy that we've seen going around fighting, but now he's basically working for the bad guys. That's all in the trailer. That's all kind of showcase what's happening in the first
and that's how
episode.
That's how season 1
That's
ended.
how it ends. Yeah. And so we see what he's been up to and what that means for him. Dude, it's so good. Like one of the best television series on TV, hands down.
That is the reason why I got AMC Plus to begin with, because I saw that it was available That was the only place I could watch it in the U.S. for the first season, and I was like, yes, okay, been wanting to see this.
Totally,
oh my gosh,
totally worth it, man. It's just so damn good. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about Grim Cutty. I'm not gonna talk about
Evil Gru.
I'm not gonna talk about the Disney Netflix Halloween movie.
Yeah, no, that was.
Let's talk about our movie that we watched this week.
Yes, we watched a Mike Flanagan movie for the first time. Crazy that neither of us have seen it, especially because of we're
love
Mike Flanagan
his work.
fans.
Yeah.
So we watched Oculus. And I mean, a number of people have been recommending this for quite some time. You need to see Oculus. You need to see Oculus. And basic premise, it's told in two timelines, present day and flashbacks, where a mirror is in this family home when they move into this. They buy it, place it in their new home, and then bad things start to happen in that house, leading to a huge family tragedy. So now in the present, the children are working with the goal to destroy the mirror, but they want to prove that something is actually up with the mirror. Is that a good, without spoiling
I think
much?
So. Yeah.
So it stars Karen Gillan. She's our main protagonist.
Yeah, she's great.
Tell me what knowing that while you love Mike Flanagan, you are not massive into horror movies.
I didn't actually find this that scary, to be honest.
Really?
We did, yeah. We put the light on in our house in the room we were watching it for the first half, and then I was like, I'm not feeling the scare, so I'm gonna chuck this off, and that helped definitely. Yep. Like watching it in the dark added the atmosphere. I think more I was invested with the characters being traumatized and wanting them to escape the horror that they found themselves in. And just like you feel so bad for these kids, especially with the film going backwards into the flashback of the story, this event of the stuff that happened to them. It also doesn't do jump scares. What it does do is just the reflections, the corner of the eye, the pan. And that is all great atmosphere building. You're like, oh... I do think it lost me a little bit when they started showing the things too much. Then I was like, the physical things. However, when somebody walks out of a room and they come back in and things have moved, that was creepy. Like for me, I was like, oh, damn. The ending, I understand.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, yeah, agreed. This is not a happy ending movie. It is, yeah. And it's very sad.
Yeah.
I mean, really,
it's terrible. It's way worse than I knew it wasn't going to be happy, but I thought there might be some sort of conclusion to a certain thing with the family without going into spoilers. But I was like, no, that is awful. Well done, Mike. Thanks for that, yeah. Mr. Flanagan.
Yeah. The thing that blew me away in this was the editing. Because as the movie reaches it's past the halfway mark, and as it really reaches the climax, so much visually is happening that we can't trust our eyes at any moment.
That was the greatest thing about the movie, for sure. So the horror is not really what's going on. It's more that you don't know what's going on. You think you know what's going on. If something can mess with your mind, and so you can't trust, for example, that I'm actually drinking what I am drinking. If it perhaps is bleach, I could be, then you can't do anything. If you can't even know where you're walking 5 steps left or 5 steps right, because then you're just tense the whole time. You're like, is that person actually outside or are they inside? Have I just decapitated that person or disemboweled that person? I'm just giving examples of things that could happen. You wouldn't know. Am I eating a piece of pizza or dog poop? Yeah.
Am I even where I think I am?
Right. It's mental. It's a great concept. It's really, really interesting.
It was, and that's what really got me, because it not scary but creepy, because I was so unsettled, because every time you see something, I don't know what to trust. And so literally it could be, is this happening? Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh no, it's not. But oh, that isn't happening. That isn't happening, And then yes, it is. Just every single time I didn't know what to expect and what to trust. And that's what really, like, it kept putting me on the edge of my seat, kept me more invested, and really terrified, or at least concerned for our characters.
Yeah.
Because if I can't tell, and we know they can't tell, it's got to be, frustrating, maddening, and I don't know. Yeah,
Did you guess, though? I was annoyed that I guessed. There's a thing in a house, a contraption, and I said to myself, that's going to be the thing that kills that person. I knew it immediately.
Yeah, that is an obvious setup, I think. It still didn't take away from the action. No. And it was still...
I was still willing it not to happen.
Oh, totally. Well, and part of it was unexpected too, because it's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought there was going to be the other. Yeah. The one cool thing that, and I've seen this before, but I had no context for it, was the mirror is called Lasser glass. And we get the whole history on it and everything, so it makes sense within the movie. But Flanagan then places this in all of his future works.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. What?
In some way, shape, or form, like in Gerald's game, it's turned on its side, I believe, and it's like the headboard of the bed or something like that.
No, I hate that. Yeah, that's so creepy.
In the basement at in just this recent Midnight Club. Yeah. There's a scene where you can see it in the background there.
I think I remember seeing it there. Now that you've mentioned it, it makes sense. I bet it's in Bly Manor and the Haunting of Hill
probably
House.
Is, yeah.
Yeah. Damn. So it's that evil thing that's just been wreaking havoc everywhere.
Yeah. Well, and I think he also just puts it in as like his Easter egg type of thing. You know what I mean? Like you have, not sure, what's his name? Hitchcock. That would, that was his thing, that he would appear in his movies. Well, this is kind of Flanagan's little nod there to do that. And
nice. That's a great one to have it. Yeah. Cool. I'm so glad you told me that. That's fun.
Yeah. It makes me want to go back now into
want to
other
see
stuff.
Them.
And, and search for it.
Oh my gosh. Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Great. Yeah. If you've never seen Oculus, it's definitely one to check out, because it is, it's engaging. It's the pace is, it's patient and it builds, but it's, it moves, right? I didn't feel like, I wasn't bored with it. I was just like, so.
I'm just going to pull off my fingernails.
Dude, that was, oh my gosh. Yeah, I never look at Band-Aids the same again.
No, so, yeah, okay.
My gosh.
Okay, for the audio, there's a fingernail scene, and it's really horrible. Yeah.
Anytime there's fingernail scenes, I think they're horrible. It's just.
Yeah, but this one was spectacular.
Absolutely, yeah. It was captured really.
Yeah. Cool. I think that's all I've got.
Okay. Cool. Well, hey, let us know what in the comments. What are some of the best things that you watched this week? Have you ever seen Oculus? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What? Just your thoughts. It's valid if you hated it, but give reasons. We'd love to know. What didn't work for you in that. But the movie quote quiz. Don't forget about that. Give your guesses to that. You can always follow us on Twitter. Best We Watched. We have a Patreon opportunity at patreon.com/thebeardedones. The full audio, we will link it in the description below. If you happen to go check that out, wherever you happen to listen to podcasts, we would lave it if you could rate and review us. And as always, like, share, and subscribe our individual YouTube channels. Ruben with the Ruby Tuesday, me, Chris, with Movies and Munchies. With that, we'll see you next week. Take care.